Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Daily Huddle. My name is Giovanni, and it is an honor for me to be with you this morning and to be part of this community. It's a gift. I just have to say that. I love what Andrea said at one point. The Daily Huddle is a good habit to have. Now, since Andrea is here and we haven't had a chance to talk, and she gave birth to the Daily Huddle in some degree. Okay, that didn't sound right. But you know, she started the Daily Huddle. Today I'm saying,
well,
at least you said the Daily Huddle.
Exactly. All good.
all the wrong things today. I have a question for you, Andrea.
What's up, Gio? I'm excited to hear what the question is.
I can't wait to see your reaction about this. What do you call an elephant that doesn't matter?
An elephant that doesn't matter?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What is it?
An irrelevant.
Ay, 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 ay.
I did say it was terrible. I did say it was terrible. Terrible.
Thank God for irrelevant jokes. Good morning.
Go ahead, Sorrel.
Good morning. It's been a while since on a Friday, Giovanni and I are on together, dancing in a conversation that gives us life, that gives you life. And so we're about to have a lot of fun this morning. We're sinking our teeth into a very important question, which is when it comes to growing your company, what matters most? The products and services or the people who sell them? We're going to sink our teeth into that, a whole bunch more. Giovanni wrote an article on the entire thing. And but before we go there, I have a couple of questions. Andrea, where are you and who are you going to hug today?
I am right where I need to be, Sorrel, which is right here. And who am I going to hug today? Oh, you know what? My hairstylist, because I'm going to get a haircut today. So I'm going to give him and his wife a hug.
Yes. You are here and you're going to hug your hairstylist. Will you put any color in it?
No, this is
Okay.
not color. This is it.
Stan the man, good morning. Welcome, Stan.
Good morning, Sorrel. Good morning, Daily Huddle family. Good morning.
Stan, what time is it and what are you grateful for?
Wait a minute. Let me check my watch. My watch seems to be saying that the time is now. The only time that there is. I got a funny watch, man.
What are you grateful for, Stan?
I'm grateful for the experience of life, for another day to see what's going to unfold for me today, because it's all good.
It's all good. Welcome home, Stan. Molly, it's great to see you. Tara, I know you're driving. Can you go off mute? I really want you to answer this question as you're driving, because geographically and GPS style, you are moving and you're in many places at once. So where are you?
Oh, yes, I am moving, but I am exactly where I need to be, which is right here with you all and nowhere else.
And how are you, Tara?
Oh, I am the way I say I am, and I am super excited.
We'll tell people why you're so super excited later.
Okay, I'll do that.
Perfect. Well, folks, let's launch right into this conversation. The question is, when it comes to growing your company, what's more important? The products and services you're selling or the people who are selling them? Well, very recently, our dear friend, our very own Coach Gio, wrote a superb article. Now, you've got to know, Gio did not write the article just to write the article. I know Giovanni as a friend, a business partner, and someone who is so committed to the transformation of life that he will stop at nothing, including saying words he doesn't want to say. And then going, oh my God, did I just cuss again? But literally, you've got to get that who Giovanni is someone who is continually reinventing himself as a human being so he can be for the world that individual whose words not only matter, but when they come out of his mouth or out of his keyboard, they literally transform organizations. Now, that's exactly what the last article Giovanni wrote was meant to do. And Gio, I thank you for writing that article. I want to give you a moment to presence yourself, and then we'll dance in this conversation. Good morning, Gio.
Good morning, Sorel. Thank you for that and incredible way of introducing me. I appreciate you profoundly, and you know, you left me with something to be with. So thank you very much for introducing me that way. The other day I like to scroll down on business articles almost every day or every other day, and just to see what's coming up, what's showing up, and it allows me to see trends, right? And in being able to see trends, then I'm a better resource for my clients as well, and be able to predict certain things, and not in the context of being right, but in the context of strategizing a little bit better on what's showing up in the marketplace, right? And the other day I was scrolling down on the business side of CNN, and I saw this article on Burger King's comeback, or attempt to come back after once the pandemic came to the market, to the US. One of the companies who was not able to adjust as quickly as others was Burger King, and they needed to do something about that. They need to do something about that. And so this journalist, her name is Danielle Bruner, she wrote an article on some of the insights that she has on what Burger King is going to do to come back and to be a force in the fast food retail market. And some of the things that she was pointing to that Burger King was going to do, or is going to do, was to invest around $400 million on their brand, to improve their brand. Some allocating somewhere $250 million will go on updating their restaurant technology, and the other $150 million on advertising and digital products. And then he went on to say on how they were excited about that, and how they were going to find a way to do that and be able to engage people in a way in which they know what Burger King is about. And Burger King is about the Whopper. And
the Whopper, that is, right?
The Whopper. Yes, I mispronounced the Whopper, right? And then you know, now lately I don't eat fast food anymore, and it's been a long time since I engaged with fast food. But there is one fast food kind of retail that I do engage with every now and then, which is Chick-fil-A. But it's not their sandwich that I engage with them for. And if at any point of my life I engaged with Burger King, was not the Whopper either. And so I felt that the article was missing something, that not like the journalist wrote a bad article or anything. No, I just felt like there was something to say about what I felt it was missing for me to address in order to make a good comeback, or if Burger King attempt to make a comeback.
Yeah, Gio, you know, the minute you published the article, I went out and read it, and I want to chime in just to say what I got from where you're coming from. It's like Burger King has a ton of money, and small business owners may have money to dedicate to marketing and branding as well. Now, Burger King's going to spend $400 million, a total of $400 million to make a comeback. And what I hear you saying is that, you know what, Burger King, you can spend $400 million that way, but I have an inkling it's not going to work. So when it comes to the approach that many companies take, which is spend a lot of money on technologies, spend a lot of money on remodeling the way things look, spend a lot of money on training employees or making the product better. Why is it that fundamentally, Gio, you think that approach doesn't work?
Well, it's not, I wouldn't say it doesn't work. It's just missing a fundamental element that I wanted to talk to you guys about. And in the context of not for us to be right and then Burger King is wrong, but in the context of putting two things together that are critical for any company to make a comeback. I'm willing to bet a lot of money on this, given the trends that we have been able to see with the clients we help, and also with just looking at the marketplace, right? So what was missing was, and the article was, that was saying, we want the world to know what we are about, and it is about our #1 hamburger. And this is true, they have spent millions and millions and millions of dollars on the name Whopper, or how do you pronounce it? The Whopper, thank you, right? This is true, and it has a brand recognition. It is true of all of that. But nobody really falls in love with the hamburger. Nobody does. No matter how much money we put onto this thing, nobody falls in love with the possibility of eating a hamburger. What do we people really care about? What is it that really moves behavior? What is it that really causes a movement and a behavior? It might not be a hamburger itself. It might be a story. People connect with stories, right? Nobody better than Tara can tell us how to tell a good story, how to connect the product or how to connect the company with a story. Now, what would be the story of the Whopper that will get people to connect emotionally with Burger King? I have no idea. I have no idea. So absent of creating a story that connects people emotionally with the possibility of this Burger King or this giant fast food brand, very unlikely that the guys that are going to McDonald's, that the guys that are going to Wendy's or Arby's, very unlikely they're just going to start moving towards to the big burger. It's just, they're not going to do that. It's just another better hamburger. And we already know that no matter how you do a hamburger, it's just not going to be something amazing. The other aspect that moves behavior really well, it's a great, fundamentally a great experience that people have when they go to their stores, that they feel in some degree that even though they're going to this very big brand retail fast food place, when I go to them, I feel like I'm going to a local store, so that I feel that they know me, that this is my place, that this is the place I shop. So how do you create that? How do you create such a big global brand? How do you create that so that when I go to my 1 mile away Burger King to get my breakfast, I don't feel like I'm going to the big brand that doesn't care about me. I'm going to my little local store. They've got to be able to create something that gives that sense. Otherwise, I'm just not going to care if I haven't been there before. So how do you create that? By having their employees. That would be the key. Having their employees, the 18-year-old, the 19-year-old, the 21-year-old, who's there in a transition, right, until they get a better job, to connect with Burger King in such a way that they're part of a story. They're making history with Burger King. Now, nobody connects to a great burger. They got to get that. Nobody cares about being, they don't want to say, I remember in 1962 when we created the best hamburger in the world. There's nothing inspiring about that. They've got to connect the employees, right? The 21, the 22, the 19-year-old who are running this big machine to connect with a possibility of something. Now, what would that look like? I don't know for Burger King, but this is what I've seen with other companies, that they connect their employees with the possibility of professional growth. That we are connected. This big company is connected. It's committed to give you the best training for you to have the best future of your life. I don't want you to come here. When companies do this, I don't want you to come here and simply be good at managing the fries, or simply be good at making sure that in 2 minutes you take the hamburgers out from the refrigerator and then you put them on the assembly line, and you do that in 45 seconds. If you could do that in 45 seconds, you're good for me. That gets people, that gets no employee to love what they do. And absent of Burger King spending a few millions of dollars and connecting their employees to the mission statement of Burger King, to the core values of Burger King, to that vision of Burger King, then the employees are going to continue to give the service that they're giving. And, you know, more than likely, and they already know it, it's just not great. It's just not great. Now, if you compare it with our friends on Chick-fil-A, if you go to the Chick-fil-A has this headquarters here in Georgia, and they welcome the headquarters to everybody. They're really not hiding anything other than maybe the recipe for their chickens, but they tell everybody how they create their stores. Why do they create them that way? Why do they have the assembly line a particular way? Why do they say my pleasure every single time you say thank you? They tell you absolutely everything that is inside of their training and development program. When you talk to some, right, currently in one of our in our mastermind program, there is a lady who now has her business, but she used to work for Chick-fil-A, and she says it was the best place to work at. She is their marketing arm for the rest of her life because of how they treated their employee, their transition employee. So I said in the article, just to wrap up, Sorrel. So I said in the article, if Burger King or any other company, we're using Burger King as an example because of the article, but if Burger King doesn't allocate thinking resources and resources to connect their employees to something bigger than what they do every day, they're unlikely going to have that big comeback that they want. And they're just going to have a better kitchen and maybe a better assembly line. And maybe their hamburger is going to taste better. Sure, maybe. But is it going to move the needle? I'd say very unlikely.
Maybe not. Yeah, you know, Gio, you point to something really critical. Now, pretend I'm the CEO of Burger King, and I'm going to read you my mission statement. And tell me if I stand a chance in paradise. Ready? This is my mission statement. Burger King's mission statement is offering reasonably priced quality food served quickly in attractive, clean surroundings. How am I going to do, brother?
That was awesome. Thank you for creating this. And look, I hope that this is terrible to talk about Burger King this way. I'm not. It's not about
it's not terrible. It's
not about batching them. These people are a force of nature, man. They have stores everywhere in the world. They provide jobs to, you know, thousands of people. They roofs and people eat. And I'm not. Here's the point. It's not about batching. And here's the point. The point is that if I work for Burger King and my mission is to be reasonably good at doing hamburgers and reasonably good to create a clean environment, there's nothing moving me intellectually to find a way to be better for Burger King. Like, how am I going to grow professionally? How am I going to take my courses? How am I going to do whatever I need to do so that I can grow professionally, so I can help them create a new story? a new era for Burger King. No, not really, because the mission statement is to be reasonably good at doing something. So if they use their mission statement in their training program, hey guys, here we have 50 new employees, they're coming in for managers or production. I want you to connect with the mission statement. We're going to be reasonably good at making hamburgers. We're going to have a sort of kind of good, clean environment. Now you go do your best.
Now I'll read it again and then ask another question.
Yeah.
Burger King's mission statement is offering reasonably priced quality food served quickly in attractive, clean surroundings. Now, are you saying then that, yes, it's essential to connect employees to the mission statement, but it's also essential to tend to what are you connecting them to?
Precisely.
So, in the context of the article, could the next wave of this article be, how do you craft a mission statement that actually does have the potential of connecting people to something bigger than themselves?
Exactly. It's about crafting the mission statement in such a way that when I read it today, I am inspired today. The mission statement is about being inspired today, but the mission statement is not for the customers. Nobody cares about the mission statement of Burger King. Nobody does. So if I'm going to craft a mission statement for Burger King, it's going to be in such a way with the kind of language that when my new employee that I am never going to meet reads this, that day he or she says,
I want to work here.
This is cool what these people are up to. Yeah.
Yeah.
And absent of doing that, then they lose really good talent. Yes, because it's true. Big companies like that, people are showing up, for their insurance. They're showing up to pay their bills. They're showing up while they get a better job. It's true. But if I could take my time with my leadership team and craft a mission statement that anytime any of the employee reads it, they're inspired by where they work, they may not need to leave. The best talent doesn't need to leave because we're part of a big story. And then we got to create a great vision and a great core value so that they can create the DNA for that avatar that is necessary to blow it out of the park. So that's a little bit about this article, Sorrel.
Well, let's see and hear what others think. Comments, questions, yeah, buts, rebuttals. Come on.
Good morning. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, Tara, we can hear you.
So I love this conversation so much because, I'm all about messaging. And when I heard that mission statement, one thing popped into my head, one word, mediocrity. It's just like, and to me, what's driving that are profits. It's just going to be just good enough to make as much money as we can. So I'm curious from you guys who are the masters, what would be an outstanding mission statement for a fast food establishment?
It's a great question. Here's what I would say, Tara, without answering your question, but it is relevant how I want to answer it though, is that it doesn't matter what I say right now about what that mission statement would need to say. What matters is that the leadership team gets together and they get something. And what they need to get is that people support what they create. They need to get that. People support what they create. So if just the C-level gets together to create the mission statement, it's missing what the people who work at Burger King wants to say about the company they work for. Now, if you press me and you say, well, what does it need to say, Giovanni? It needs to say something. You're part of the executive team, say something. It needs to say something about that we are here to be the platform where the United States grows professionally. something about a social contribution with terrible food. You know what I mean? Because they know they don't provide good food for the marketplace, right? But something that says just a beautiful contribution that they are for the marketplace. And they are. They provide thousands of jobs, they feed thousands of families, and there's some contribution about that. So that's what I wanted to say.
Andrea. And
I
then
found
Cherie.
Yeah, I found it interesting that the conversation, they're pieces of the current mission statement for Burger King that could inspire people to do something. What I believe what your conversation triggered to me was the why behind they should be doing it. And there is simple formulas that you can actually rewrite what they did by, and I'm gonna put it in the chat. We will accomplish, like we together are going to accomplish something by doing something because this. So if you put a little bit of soul into this mission, they could probably will say something like, we will feed thousands of people every year by providing the best service because we believe everyone deserves reasonable price quality food, which is served quickly in attractive, clean surroundings. So what I'm trying to say is the mission statement, they have a piece of it, providing clarity to the employees, but the soul of the organization, which is serving a larger cause, feeding thousands of people, it's missing. So there's no clear definition about what the soul of the company is. Something like, I don't know.
I love the direction to what you're pointing to. The soul is missing.
Mm-hmm.
And what I wanted to add that's critical for me to add is that after giving life to the soul on that mission statement,
Mm-hmm.
then Burger King and any other company who could potentially listen to us needs to allocate resources so that on a quarterly basis or on a monthly basis, people connect to the soul.
Exactly.
Constantly. It's not a mission statement on some file. It's constantly reconnecting to the soul, reconnecting to the soul. And that would move the needle not only on employee morale, but also on customer experience and so many things.
And inspiring those employees every day to remember that their job is linked to this, we will feed thousands of people. Why? Because everyone deserves reasonable price quality products. That's it. Just memorize it.
My life needs to matter. No matter what I'm doing, cleaning the kitchen, cleaning the bathrooms, or taking care of the fries. My life needs to matter. And that's the work that they needs to do, that needed to be said on the article on CNN. Cherie.
This is such a great conversation. And I've taken it beyond Burger King because I can't relate to Burger King.
Yeah.
However, as I was listening, I was like, holy crap, what is my mission statement? Right. So as an entrepreneur, I was just following the norm of creating a mission statement for the public versus for the people. And I was remembering a time where I wasn't happy at a job I was at, and I looked at their mission statement. That's the only time I've really been interested as an employee. So really thank you for sharing. This is brilliant. And I'm going to be looking at my mission statement right after this call.
Thank you.
Gio, thank you. Your article, your conversation sparked something important in the world, whether you're a business that's the size of Burger King, millions or billions of dollars, right? Or whether you're this solopreneur or this business with 3 or 5 employees. Why you exist, the reason for the existence of that enterprise matters, and that's what fuels the growth of that enterprise. That's what I hear you say, and that's really critical. That's really near and dear to my heart. And so I'm encouraging each and every one of you, whether you're a solopreneur, whether you are working for someone else, get yourself connected frequently. to that which is the soul. Andrea, I'm stealing your word. To that which is the soul of that organization. And if it doesn't have a soul, by golly, go ahead and invent one. Absent that, you will spend a ton of money, a ton of time, and you will leave frustrated and never the better for it. So, Gio, thank you for creating that. Thank you for bringing that up. Now, there you are, Giovanni. You are in front of the board of Burger King, and you've got one sentence. What do you say to them?
The untapped collected talent that you have, it's worth exploring it.
Yeah. And they would say, thank you. Nothing matters more than engaging the untapped collective talent. I'm taking that away. Thank you, brother. Folks, this is our daily huddle for today. We'll be back together again on Monday morning for Money Matters, and we'll end today the same way we usually do. First, we'll wish you a phenomenal weekend, and then we'll share with you the 7 tenets plus 1. Love. Love always. Tell someone you love them today, and tell yourself that. Stress less, eat mostly plant-based, and laugh out loud. I said that yesterday. I'll say it today. If you can't laugh, get somebody to tickle you, for God's sake. Laugh. It will give you life so you can give to others. Sleep. Last but not least, move your body, shake your tail feathers, as Monica loves to say, and check yourself before you wreck yourself. This is our show for today. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
Thank you, guys. See you Monday.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Peace and blessings.